Welcome to a capsule series. Today's selection that I would love to present to you is one that I entitled JETSETTER Essentials. These are particular fragrances in my collection that I think will go well in any travel situation. There are 4 season scents, so they go over spectacular in hot or cold weather. From Colorado Springs over to Cabo St. Luca, if you take these fragrances, you won't be disappointed. If this sounds like the type of content that you think that you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down. This is the channel where we aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different facets, aromas, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wine. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. Let's get into the scent profile. So guys, in this capsule selection, what I want to present to you, as I stated, is the JETSETTER Essentials. These are well-rounded fragrances that can take you from the warm heat of Cabo St. Luca to the chilly snow slopes of Colorado Springs and beyond. These are 4 season scents that I think go over well on anyone's list of fragrances that are for 4 season scents and for great travel convenience. So let's get into the first one. Today I have for you guys one of my newfound favorites, and this is a fragrance from the house of ELECTIMUSS. This is a particular fragrance that is very well blended with an opening and enveloping accord of oud, clove, and saffron. Very, very spicy fragrance in the opening, but it's subdued and soapy with a quick transition to the heart. Beautiful spray on this particular fragrance. So SILVANUS, for me, from ELECTIMUSS, is an homage to the lily of the valley flower. It is a very innocuous blend of sandalwood, cedarwood, rosewood, and a very lovely, soapy, silver and vibrant lily of the valley accord with a base of white musk and the concurrent and never-ending envelopment of soft and warm clove notes. This is a very good fragrance to go, especially on skin. It's soft, it's inviting, it's one that has the cuddle effect to it. So if you're going traveling with your ladies, this has got a great cuddle effect to it. Women will be attracted to this particular fragrance either in the atmosphere of relaxation, the atmosphere of cuddling, so to speak, or the atmosphere of getting out to parties. If you're in either of those moods, this would be a great fragrance for that type of thing. As I stated, it has oud, clove, saffron, a mid, which is a soapy, clean base or clean composition of sandalwood, cedarwood, rosewood, and lily of the valley. And with all of those woods, just have a spectacular blending to this particular fragrance, especially that lily of the valley. As I said, slightly musky, just non-aromatic musk, clean white musk, a pure fragrance that is great for anyone to display in warm or cold weather. And next up, what I would like to present to you guys is VODKA on the Rocks by the house of KILIAN. This particular fragrance is a checklist fragrance for anyone who's into fresh, musky accords. This is one that has been stated to be compared as a composition that is almost in telling what Abercrombie's Fierce used to smell like. I've never smelled that fragrance, but I come to find out in picking this one up, layering it on my skin and letting it envelop me after doing a blind buy. This is one of the best oak moss and cardamom fragrances that I've smelled. And not saying that lightly. This is a fragrance that, with that VODKA accord in it, the cardamom, the oak moss, the ambrox in the note, sandalwood, coriander, and again, lily of the valley. That's going to be a trending type of fragrance accord with the cedarwood, lily, and ambroxans. These are fragrances that are 4 season fragrances that can take you from the heat or the cold, make you comfortable, attractive, and just all around uplifting environments. So VODKA on the Rocks, like I said, the VODKA accord is slightly evocative of vodka, not one that you would speak of, not even close to an alcohol smell. It's one that just evokes what it is to accentuate the vodka in the air when you're going partying. So like I said, this is great for cold weather. It leaps off the skin, it stays on for about 4 to 5 hours, and it radiates. Then it calms down to about a nice skin scent bubble, but it's very, very good when you're going on vacation and you get into the late nights and you spray this on, and then when you get back into your room, your suite, you're in that resort, this is great to have on. And Ambroxan, rhubarb accord is in this as well. But as stated, that Lily of the Valley makes this a clean, very, very comfortable fragrance to use in any climate. And it's a great selection for the Jet Setter Essentials. Nicely done. Next up for the Jet Setter Essentials, guys, I want to introduce you to a fragrance from the house of ORMONDE. This is MONTABACO Intensivo. Now this particular fragrance, I'm a very big fan of the house of ORMONDE. I think she does some spectacular fragrances in a real traditional sense that can be worn for seasons. So she caters to a very wide net of consumers. She's not one, she has narrowed her niche down in some of her fragrance lines, but in her overall essential line, she makes some very great fragrances to go for the mass market, but they're very, very well, like the quality of ingredients that she uses is spectacular. And so for MONTABACO, or for, that came out, I love this part. So for MONTABACO Intensivo, she heavily relied on one of her favorite accords, which is the ISO. And so this fragrance goes into not only tobacco leaf, it has a great leather accord, a fantastic ambergris, and she loves to use heroin, which is a light jasmine scent. Juniper berries is one of her all-time go-tos, which is evocative of one like the vodka on the rocks. It has that gin type of smell to it. So it's a trend here. Like I said, all these fragrances are wonderful in all seasons, great for hot and cold weather. So in getting to her scent, she used a lot of moss, a lot of sandalwood, tonka bean, the sweetness fragrance of bergamot to open. Ozonic notes for this is what captivates you the most for this particular fragrance. It is such an alluring ozonic note. It's not watery. It's very, very, almost, it's so ethereal, but it reminds you of a real, it has a gravitational pull to it. It almost like you would think of this as the snow rushing up a mountain. When you've seen those videos, you see the wind pushing snow up the mountain. This is exactly what that fragrance reminds me of. Clary sage makes it nice and aromatic for the masculine touch. Violet, like I said, heroin, even a touch of magnolia is in this particular fragrance. This is a fragrance, I love this one from my collection. I've worn this in my travels. It's been one of my collective since not only am I presenting to you to say what you should or try to evoke, I've actually put this one into practice, and I had a great time when I wore this fragrance, and it had some great scent memories to it. Great 4-season scent, like I said, tobacco, and it's not your earthy, thick tobacco, it's the leaf, it's the effervescent feel of tobacco leaf. Great fragrance to include into the Jet Setter Essentials. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, you know I cannot go without including a XERJOFF masterpiece, and I do say that, and I don't say it lightly. Once again, this fragrance, UDEN Overdose, is one that is slept on, in my opinion, when it comes to classic masculine fragrances with a 4-season appeal. So for this fragrance here, this one is built off of a fantastic amber accord with bergamot and ginger. And I mean, this is a damn good fragrance. Coumarin is in this fragrance, lemon. The amber is so, I mean, when I say he had Chris Maurice blend this fragrance so wonderfully. This is ginger, a very spiced ginger. A warming, but not sticky sweet, just a warming, seductive sweetness coming off that amber accord. The tonka bean is essential to make this fragrance spectacular. This one, if you can think of Chanel's O Extreme, the sport version O Extreme. That fragrance, if you thought about that fragrance and you wanted to elevate it 100%, that is what Uden Overdose is and how I can explain it. So if you think that that fragrance is a good one, get your nose on Uden Overdose. A very effervescent, warming, sexy fragrance with lemon. Also has vanilla, coffee. The coffee comes out very, very nicely in this fragrance. A musky accord. Once again, that goes back to the theme of a Jet Setter Essential. 4-season welcoming. It has a very nice time accord, which makes it a slight bit aromatic. It also has what is the masterpiece foundational ingredient for this particular fragrance. He put a tobacco blossom. So what you get there is the top trimmings of a tobacco tree or tobacco plant. And that makes this so alluring and unique. Outside of many fragrances, you don't see especially masculine fragrances that cater to people, giving it that tobacco blossom. You see more fragrances for us with the heavy vanillas and that real thick tobacco. Then you had the previous one, which was Montabaco, had that leafy tobacco. This one has a floral touch that has the top trimming of a tobacco plant, and that particular note made this such a unique scent, and it's spectacular. It smells so damn good, man. I would suggest anyone who's into fresh fragrances, 4-season fragrances to be exact, but wants to get themselves a fragrance that is a unique entry into the luxury fragrance house of XERJOFF, but wants to be safe, this is that fragrance. Uden and Uden Overdose, but spectacularly done as Uden Overdose for 4-season scents and essential as a jet setter. Great fragrance. And ladies and gentlemen, especially my fellas, the scent of the evening, the scent du jour, I should even say. This is a scent that is on everyone's radar, and it deserves it. This is not the cologne. This is actually the Pour Homme Parfum version of ROJA Dove's ELYSIUM. Now, ELYSIUM is the epitome of what a 4-season vacation, resort, jet-setting lifestyle is built upon. For me, when I think of what ELYSIUM can do and how it can be used in all 4 seasons for any scenario, this is one spectacular scent that is, when you spray it on, if you feel like you're down in the dumps feeling bad, that's this scent. And that's a tangent, because what this is built for is to create the allure, attraction of the upbeat, loving of life feeling. And that's exactly what this fragrance does. This is one spectacular fragrance that's built off of a very unique musk accord, very aromatic lavender. It has a benzoin and leather accord in it as well. So you get all these mixtures of high and low fragrance notes when it comes to the pitch in which they come in. And you can feel the transition of this particular fragrance, and it smells so good from each transition. This one is transitional from the opening accords, the mid accords, the base accords. Everything comes in its own ways, but then at the end of this fragrance, when it really dries down on your skin, it becomes one of the most beautiful blackcurrant, bergamot, apple fragrances that I've ever smelled. For me, and this, once again, leading back to the 4-season scent / resort scent, it has Lily of the Valley. So many of you guys don't even know how well Lily of the Valley is performing in your fragrances on your skin, because you really don't expect it to be there. So that Lily of the Valley accord that's in 4 out of 5 of these fragrances performs so well, smells so comfortable. It's musky, it's light, it's ethereal, but it has its scent that is underlying and attractive to many women as well. Once again, a cooling juniper berries in this fragrance. Pink pepper, the pink peppercorn gives it a liveliness, an upbeat feeling. You have a core of a spicy, astringent, the astringent accord that I pick up in this from Artemisia. It is the Artemisia family, but it's Cypriol used. It's almost like a papyrus paper feel, but it gives it its depth and complexity, which makes it such a great fragrance once it comes into its mid to its base feeling. This is one that not only does it caps the resort jet setter essentials that I want to give to you guys. It is a fragrance that I suggest anyone who wants to know what a perfectly blended citrus, woody, leathery, floral, and musky fragrance can just do for you. This is a fragrance that is powerful. It presents its powerful presentation upon anybody that smells it on you. When you walk through the resort halls, when you take off your ski jacket, your ski clothes, and you sit next to the fireplace, and everyone's walking and gathering and congregating, this is the one that people are going to be saying, damn, you smell good. You smell spectacular. And that is ELYSIUM Parfum Pour Homme, made by ROJA. A great fragrance. All right, everyone, that's our capsule series for today. I hope that you enjoyed the experience. If you found anything enhancing or educational or even just fun about this video, all I ask you to hit a like below, share with the community, let everyone know that you and I are developing something over here at the Dry Down. Until next time, go with these fragrances, get you some samples, see what it's like to feel some of these fragrances on your skin, because all of them have a very different profile, but all have this common core of like a lily of the valley, a cedar wood, a sandalwood, and enveloping notes that come into that contact on your skin give you a very radiant and uplifting, alluring, and inviting feeling, and that's what comes to you in those settings. So once again, I got for you SILVANUS from the house of ELECTIMUSS, VODKA on the Rocks by KILIAN. From the house of ORMONDE JAYNE, we got MONTABACO INTENSIVO. From the house of XERJOFF, we have UDEN OVEDOSE. And from master perfumer himself, ROJA, we have ELYSIUM Parfum Pour Homme. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. It was one that was fun for me to put together. If you're going on your travels, be safe. Have fun in your resorts from Colorado Springs down to Cabo St. Lucas. I'll see you when I get there. Have a great week, and you guys stay blessed.